So were you ever explicitly told to not enter a place? Did you ever see any signs that said no Mexicans allowed or anything like
Oh
that?
yeah, oh yes, thank you. When I went to work at Texas Steel in 1962, I'm glad you said that. Uh, I saw a sign there, and I told my uncle about it, and it said, whites only. And I said, I didn't read that well, but I understood that, and I confronted him about it, and he said, don't say nothing, be quiet. I said, well, where's our water fountain then? He said, no, we drink out. I said, we're not white. It says whites only. And that was that. So he said, don't start no trouble. I said, I'm not starting no trouble, but, and then they eventually they wound up taking the sign. Then they had a shower for us, for the Hispanics, and then they had a shower for the white. Us were upstairs and the whites were downstairs, and the black African Americans way, a good distance,
Okay.
So that was segregated back then.
So even African Americans and Mexican people were separated from each other.
We were, but we worked together though. But when we showered up different.
Okay. Do you remember the work relations? Did the Anglo workers and the black workers and the Mexican workers they work together? Did they get along, or was there still separation on the work floor?
No, we worked together, but in the mill, that's a good question. In the mill, they call it, our department was a rolling mill. We made the rebars, for the highways and what have you. And it was, we were the heart and soul, the Mexicanos.
Okay.
And we had one African American working with us. He was the only one. And then on the electric furnace where they melted the steel and all that, they went through the process. There was all blacks, but there were some whites and a couple of Hispanics, But that, I guess because them being so real tall, it required height,
Okay.
And then, let's see, what else? Other than that, I don't remember. But we all worked together, though. When it came to work, we worked,
Okay.
as one.
Okay. That's really interesting to hear. The
And across,
keep a separation at the same time.
and across the street, since Texas Steel paid fairly good, little did I know anything about it, money, back in the early 60s. A lot of us went across the street, and there was 5, 6, 7, 9 beer joints.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the correct word, but we'd all go across the street. It was called coffee cup, and I'd go with my uncle and drink a beer. But I didn't like beer that much, right? So we'd go, and then one day I noticed that the African Americans were coming into the back, and then I didn't pay attention because we were facing this way. And then I told them, I seen some, African Americans come in, some blacks, and where are they? He said, no, they sit back there in the back. They got their own little room.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. I said, so it was, and then there was a lounge down the street too. They wouldn't allow the Mexicans in.
Okay.
They wouldn't allow us in. It was a.
So they didn't. I'm sure they didn't allow African Americans in the lounge either.
No,